What's up, Royal Watchers? We've got some major royal news to share today. King Charles and Queen Camilla are about to embark on one of their most exciting trips since ascending to the throne, and it's going to be packed with history-making moments. From Australia's stunning landscapes to the tropical beauty of Samoa, this royal tour is full of surprises, personal milestones, and even some powerful engagements close to their Majesties' hearts. You're not going to want to miss a single detail of this whirlwind tour, trust me. Stick around, hit that like button, and let's get right into it. So here's the scoop. From October 18th to October 26th, King Charles and Queen Camilla will be traveling down under and beyond in what's shaping up to be a game-changing tour. It'll be King Charles's first official visit to Australia as monarch and his debut appearance at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting CHOGM in Samoa as head of the Commonwealth. Talk about history in the making, right? Now, Charles is no stranger to Australia. This will be his 16th visit. But there's something extra special about this one. It's his first trip as king. Plus, his mother, the late Queen Elizabeth, visited Australia in 1954 on a tour that lasted a whopping 58 days. Quite the contrast, right? Charles's tour will be much shorter, but packed with symbolic and meaningful engagements. Let's break down the itinerary, shall we? First up, the capital, Canberra. This is where their Majesties will meet Australia's Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, along with political and community leaders. And of course, they'll pay tribute to the Australian Armed Forces by laying a wreath at the National War Memorial, followed by a visit to the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Memorial, an important recognition of Australia's rich Indigenous heritage. Next stop, Sydney. You won't believe what's on the schedule here. Charles and Camilla are set to review the Royal Australian Navy in Sydney Harbour. Can you imagine the spectacle of that fleet review? But that's not all. Charles has always been a champion for the environment, and this tour highlights that in a big way. He'll be meeting with firefighters who bravely battled Australia's devastating bushfires, heroes who have first-hand experience of the climate crisis. And if you know anything about King Charles, you know he's been fighting for environmental causes for decades. This engagement will highlight how Australia is dealing with wildfires and what the future looks like for climate resilience. On top of that, Charles and Camilla will tour Sydney's National Botanic Gardens, where they'll meet with staff and volunteers to discuss climate change, biodiversity, and Australia's unique wildlife. I can't wait to see how this goes, especially given Charles's deep connection to conservation efforts worldwide. It's not just about the environment. This visit will have a personal touch too. King Charles has been receiving treatment for cancer this year, and during this tour, he'll be meeting with two Australian researchers, Professors Georgina Long and Richard Scolyer, who are making groundbreaking strides in melanoma treatment. This is a huge moment, not just for cancer research, but for the king personally, as he continues his own recovery. Meanwhile, Queen Camilla has her own important engagements. She'll be visiting a local library in Sydney, where she'll meet with children participating in the Queen's Commonwealth Essay Competition, a global initiative that encourages young people to express their views on a wide range of topics. Camilla's always been passionate about literacy and education, so this visit is right up her alley. And earlier in Canberra, she'll have some powerful discussions with families and experts about domestic violence, an issue she's been advocating against for years. Now, who doesn't love a good bouquet? King Charles and Queen Camilla will also be heading to a community bouquet in Western Sydney. Picture this, locals, delicious Aussie produce, and the King and Queen enjoying some downtime while connecting with the everyday heroes of New South Wales. It's sure to be a heartwarming moment. After wrapping up their time in Australia, the royal couple will jet off to the breathtaking islands of Samoa. There, they'll be welcomed with a traditional Ava Fala Tupu ceremony, and let me tell you, if you've ever seen one, you know it's a sight to behold. But that's just the beginning. Charles's love for nature continues as he'll visit mangrove forests and open the King's Garden in Samoa's beautiful botanical garden. How cool is that? Meanwhile, Camilla will visit a traditional Samoan school and work with representatives from the Samoa Victim Support Group, continuing her advocacy for those affected by domestic and sexual abuse. Both royals are using this tour to focus on causes that mean the most to them, and it's inspiring to see. And the crown jewel of this entire tour? The Commonwealth Heads of Government Meeting, or CHOGM, where King Charles will lead discussions with leaders from 56 nations, under the theme One Resilient Common Future. This is his first CHOGM as head of the Commonwealth, a huge moment that will set the tone for his leadership of the organization moving forward. So, there you have it, folks. King Charles and Queen Camilla's tour of Australia and Samoa is shaping up to be one for the history books, from honoring the past to addressing the future, all while focusing on the causes closest to their hearts. What are you most excited to see from their visit? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed the breakdown. Oh, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our royal updates.